Is she innocent? I don't think so. Hey YouTube, welcome back to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast siblings. You guys, today we're reviewing the latest new episodes of When the Streetlights Go On, the last two. So, Quibi has, I guess, like, settled down on when they're releasing their shows now. They're releasing them at 3 a.m., which is great. You know, it's only 12 on the West Coast, but I'm here on the East Coast, so that's exciting. It's been a lot. Anyway, you guys, so far we have learned quite a few things about the characters in this teeny little town, which I forget the name of again. It's something that begins with a Q. I don't know. Anyway, so 3 biggest takeaways from the last 2 episodes. That's episode 4 and 5. So first of all, there's a new guy in town named Casper Tatum. And I guess he's not new to town, but he's new to us as the audience. He's like the, local bad boy. He has a band. He's been in all these kind of sketchy little tiny misdemeanors. I think he's been arrested. And he lives on the other side of the tracks. So I think Charlie, the main character, says that all of the moms call him white trash. Takeaway number 2 is that this new character, Casper, has a pretty big crush on Becky. However, Casper doesn't know that Becky is Chrissy's sister. Takeaway number 3, this third one has a lot of subplots under it, but it's that Charlie is suspect number 1 in the murder case of Chrissy and Mr. Carpenter. Queen Latifah's character is questioning him because they find tire tracks from his motorcycle at the scene of the crime. Now, because he's the resident bad boy, nobody likes him, he's a sketchy dude on the wrong side of the tracks in the town, everyone wants him to be the person who shot Chrissy and Mr. Carpenter. However, and I thought this was interesting, Charlie's teacher mentions at the end of the episode that when he was younger, he was, someone had died in his town and he was trying to figure out who the murderer was so desperately, and there was one person everyone thought it was, and in the end, it turned out just to be some random pizza guy. So I think that's definitely a clue to us as the audience, but I hope they're not saying that, yes, this is a tragic story, and clearly there's some mystery going on, but the person who actually murdered Chrissy and Mr. Carpenter, it could have just been a random murder, which is quite sad. Some other big things to note in this episode is that Casper has a huge crush on Becky. However, at the end of episode 5, Casper realizes that Becky is Chrissy's sister. And somehow, I don't know how this works out in his mind, but he thinks that in order to get close to Becky, he is going to give Charlie the interview that he wants. So he tells Charlie what his tire marks were doing at the scene of the crime. Turns out, he was getting high somewhere else and was like on this crazy trip, driving his motorcycle through the woods, and he just came across the body. He didn't tell anyone anything because he didn't want people to automatically suspect him. But, they suspected him anyway. He tells Charlie that he swears he saw someone else in the woods. Quite interesting. A couple other interesting things to note in this episode is that Brad, Chrissy's quasi-boyfriend, on-again, off-again boyfriend, he's either hiding something because he keeps asking Becky. He's a little too interested in Becky, in my opinion. And at first I thought it was because he liked her. In episode 4, he asks her if he said anything inappropriate that he shouldn't have said. So it's just a little strange. So my money's on Brad knowing something he probably shouldn't. Also on Becky. I think Becky's mad sus. I mean, I get it. She's the creepy, slightly weird girl in school anyway. But she knows about those creepy phone calls that Chrissy was getting. And she just seems a little bit off. Like she knows something that she's not letting on. When they do the ceremony at the school, someone yells out that Chrissy was sleeping with Mr. Carpenter, which is kind of crazy to me how they're all just kind of sweeping that under the rug, that this high school girl who's probably like 14 or 15 was sleeping with her teacher. Endlessly inappropriate. Not gonna lie, guys, I had to watch episode 4 again because when they started playing This Is How We Do It at the beginning, I was gone. I was like getting down and jamming, and then they played Boys to Men. I was like, this is the best homecoming dance ever. But I watched it again and got all the important stuff out of it. So yeah, guys, I think those are all the biggest takeaways. It's kind of all of the intrigue that we've got so far. I think Brad is sketchy-do. I honestly don't trust Becky. And everyone is ignoring the fact that Chrissy slept with her teacher. That's like statutory rape. Anyway, you guys, this has been We Sibs. Like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and click the bell so you can be notified of all of our newest videos. Christopher puts up reviews on Quibi shows. I think he's doing Survive every single day, so check into those. I got you for when the streetlights go on. I got you every 2 days for that. 2 to 3 days. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you think is sus and what you're thinking about Becky. Is she innocent? I don't